Later. All right, guys. So here I am with one of my favorite clients, Stephen Leapley. And Stephen just graduated the program. And yes, look at those gains. Perfect, man. So yeah, tell us a little bit about where you were when you started the program.
When I started, I was 195. My goal was to get down to 180, and I wasn't working out regularly. I wasn't really monitoring what I was eating. I was trying to, but just I was eating crap food and feeling really bad afterwards. So
yeah, I love it. And what would you say
now,
was like go ahead. Yeah, let's talk about now. Where are we at now?
So now here I am 12 weeks later, and I'm 185 pounds. I lost 10. My goal was 180, but here's the cool thing. The two really cool things that happened for me was, one, somewhere in that realm, once I broke the 190, which I hadn't been under 190 in probably 20 years, I didn't care about getting to the 180. I just cared about being and feeling good. And so now, dude, I can eat food. Like I said, I had a burrito the other day, and usually when I'm done with a burrito, I'm like, oh man, I should not have eaten that. And now, but after that, it was like 6 hours later, I was like, dude, like my gut doesn't hurt. I feel great. I have energy. And I chalk that up to just the mindset. Like, instead of like when I go to grab food now, instead of going, oh, I shouldn't have this, I think, oh, do I want to put that in my body? And so that's like probably one of the best things that you taught me was how to change my mindset. Everybody talks about changing mindset, but like practically, like daily, showing up every day. And my mindset just became, instead of going, oh my gosh, I have to have this good mindset, like all of a sudden I was like, I had the mindset, and it was very natural and organic, and it flowed well. And so now
I love it.
I feel great. I'm still, I've been off program for a week.
Yeah.
but
you're still getting after it.
Dude, I'm still working out every day. I'm still drinking my water. I'm still,
I love that. So you talked about your nutrition. Let's talk about your workouts now, your training. So how has that changed from when you started to where you are now, with the exercises and the workouts, with the guided workouts and all that?
Those are cool because it really helped me. It helped me with not having to think about, okay, what am I going to do today, or try to come up with my own plan, or try to find a plan. Like, here's just what I wanted to do. And you have the experience and the knowledge to go, okay, this is how we can get you there. And just getting after it. I saw like a plateau with reps and with weight. And I remember you saying, if you don't feel like you can go up more weight, go up more reps. And that was like the biggest, where I started to get the biggest change in growth was, it's like
moment.
Yeah, it was an aha moment. I'm like, dude, I'm only doing like this 20 pounds suck. And I hit 12. I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna go to 15. And I hit 15, and then I take my break, go back to my next. I'm like, I'm gonna go 18. And then the next workout, I'm like, I start with the highest and then add another 5 pounds. And it was really cool just to see, like, it's almost like it becomes like personal motivation. So you're there as the accountability, but I'm the one, doing the work.
Exactly.
And it was amazing.
And I think what people should also know about you is, like, you didn't have access to a gym. Like, you're working out with your weight at home, right? A lot of people think like you need access to a gym, and it's just not true. Like, we can make it work.
Dude, and we even did some day trips, and I went out and invested in bands, and I've always like kind of laughed at those. Like, yeah, they're not right. But there was one exercise, I think it's the isolation curls, where I'm standing here and I just do one like this, and then I do one like, that. And that with the weight sucked. And so I grabbed the band one day, and I'm like, let me do one set with the band. I'm like, cause in my mind, I'm like, this is way too hard, and I don't want to like replace it. So I'm just going to kind of cheat. And so I did it with the band, and I was like, oh, this is super easy. And then I did a second set with the band. I was like, okay, I can kind of see where the resistance bands are working. But then I went for my last two sets, I went back to the dumbbells, and I was actually able to hold steady and do it like with almost perfection, at least, you know, and I was like, wow. And so it's just that combination of like try this and see, and it grows you. And I loved it.
I love it. I think, yeah, like everything you're saying, it's basically what makes me really happy, because I feel like I'm equipping my clients with knowledge that they can take on for the rest of their life, right? And I know your father, your husband, like, so as a coach, I look at it as like, okay, I'm not just improving Steven, I'm also improving his family members, those that are looking up to him, right? Because when we're healthy, our family members catch on, right? Like, I mean, you have 7 kids, correct?
Yeah. And my oldest is 21, came up to me the other day, and he goes, and we've always wrestled with him growing up, and he came up and he like punched me in the stomach, and he's like, whoa, Dad. I was like, that's right. It's solid, baby.
Yeah, and I think like a lot of parents, you realize like your kids, because every parent tells their kids to eat healthy, but it's like no kid does it, and it's because like kids don't listen to your words, they listen to your actions. So it's like that. I mean, you just being healthy makes your family healthier too. So huge win, brother, huge win. What would you say to someone that's on the edge of joining training with the Titans? Maybe they've been following me for a minute. Maybe they've been like, like I really got to do this. Because I remember even in the beginning, you had like you were following me for a minute, and then when you joined, like you were all in. So what would you say to someone that's on the edge? What would you say to that person?
It's first of all, it's worth the investment. You've got to be ready to change, and just stepping into it, investing into yourself, and knowing that like, okay, I made an investment into this, so I better put an effort towards it. And then once you start putting effort, you're there for accountability. The group calls are there for accountability, and just hearing other people, it's like, it reminds you, 1, you're not alone. 2, there's somebody there that's going to help you. And 3, you actually start seeing changes. Like I'm like rubbing my sides, I'm like, ooh, like there's no fat there anymore. I like that. So it's just, it's a, if somebody's on the edge, like, I don't know, just freaking do it. Just like, it's so trite because everybody says that, but it's so true. Like,
Yeah.
You invest into something and you put an effort for it, and you start to see the results.
100%. I love it, brother. Well, Steven, it's been an honor working with you. Thank you, man.
Thanks.